a once ruined tower, a home rises, textured, layered, and given life. This episode marks a new beginning. How's it, fellow adventurers? I'm Steph, and welcome back to Create Chronicles, the adventure from Minecraft episode 4. This one is a juicy one. We've wrapped up the base building with texture, a roof, and even a kitchen wing. We're naming our trusted horse right here. I've mined off camera and cleared space under the base for create power. We're starting our workshop setup, and we're building a custom Nether Portal, so we can head into it and advance our create stuff into the brass era as well. I went ahead and finished up the base build off camera. Let me show you what we've got. We've added a second floor and finally put on the roof. It adds so much character. I also textured the outside with some variants to break up the walls. It feels more lived in now, rather than that terrible look of a base we had at the end of last episode. And check this out. We added a little extruded kitchen area on the side. Gives the whole base some depth and flow. And it's going to be the future home of our Farmer's Delight setup. It's starting to feel like an actual base now, not just a survival shack strapped to a pillager tower. Alright, time for a moment of honor, naming our loyal horse from the first episode. Huge shout out to Lucy, who suggested Balius, an immortal horse from Greek mythology. This couldn't be more fitting for our brave buddy here. I've got the name tag ready, and let's put it on him. Look, there we go. Balius is official. May he survive all the creepers, falls, and accidental lava spills ahead. Now that Balius has his name, and we did a big time lapse for the base build I did between episodes, it's very big. I didn't think it would have been this big when I started planning it. Yeah, I am so sorry, tower, but you look quite small next to it right now. The base's roof is almost as tall as the tower. This was not what I wanted. It should have actually met it pretty much in the middle, down there. Yep, that's a whoopsie. But now it just means we've got a whole lot more space inside our base. This patio stoop here still needs to, balcony, whatever it's called, still needs to get some glass or something, or a wall. I'm not sure what to make it, as this will be our kitchen, or Farmer's Delight. From there, it should be going like with chutes and stuff downwards, or we will have vaults around here to create the food automatically with some arms and stuff like that. We still need to put a barrier around here so that we don't fall in, as well as we need to support these stairs because it looks quite fragile, as well as still texture the floors and all of that. We didn't put windows on this side because we are going to put our big grinders here, and the mechanical crafter thing will be 5x5 or whatever size over here. But yes, more things I did between episodes. I went and mined out... That should have been more smoother. The bottom of the base. This will be where all our power sources would go. For instance, the water, wheels, shafts, gearboxes, and all of that. Yep, it's quite big. This step could actually just be flattened out all the way there, but I just didn't want to do it. We will have fans going from over here, and should have its own power source maybe. We'll see how it goes, as we still need to craft a whole lot of more fans. I'm going to start off with just one water. Ideally, I would like 2 waters, 2 soul fires, 2 campfires, and 3 lava. Or we can just make it 2 waters, 1 soul fire, 1 campfire, and 2 lavas. Which means we need to get 6 encased fans. But yeah, what we'll do is we're going to chop out all 3 or 6 of these, and then we will be placing our encased fans right here. Let's quickly make 3 more, and they are placed. We will be placing lava and stuff around here, and the last thing we want is the base to burn down. So we are going to clean up a tiny bit of the wood so that we can place some stone. What I'm going to place is some polished deep slate, because I think it looks good and it adds a bit to that that dark feel to it. Let's chuck some zinc into the stone cutter and cut 6 panels. We will then place the panels next to each other over here so that we can ensure that the lava and stuff doesn't go away. I mean, flood away. With that, we will then be taking glass and fill these panels up so that we can see through them. Make 2 campfires for now. We will replace the 1 campfire with a soul campfire later. Place that there and replace our water over here. You don't necessarily have to put 2 sources, but I like to have it flat. Look on the map where we can find some lava. I know there is lava in this cave somewhere around here. In the time lapse you would have seen we dug up some deep slate in that. Then it looks like there is some lava, and at the bottom over here you will see it says lava. So let's go and collect that lava and come back. Only 1 source of lava, but that will work for now. In the cave right below us we've got a whole pool of lava, which is fantastic. Let's go back to base and put the lava in. And lava is in. Awesome. As you can see, the glass is preventing the lava and everything to... So let's place our depots. There will be 6, and like I said, or that one will be replaced with soul campfire later on. We create chutes. We can make quite a few of them, as we will use a lot of them in the future. This is not 100% automated yet, as we still need to stand here and make the stuff in the future with Yar, and in the future, as soon as we have brass chutes and that, we can put filters on to ensure that it takes everything that has already been cooked. We then place barrels here on top just to ensure that we can chuck a whole lot of stuff in and ensure that they burn or smelt or get haunted or get washed. Now let's get started on building some power stuff. We can make water wheels like this, or large water wheels with a water wheel and more planks around it. I like to use the small water wheels as it's just a tiny bit easier to use in our small space we currently have. Grab iron nuggets, ensure you have andesite casings, go to your crafting bench and make some encased chain drives. In this fact, we only need 6 of them. But let's make 2 more just for in case. Let's go to the bottom over here and we place the... Oh my soul, that's terrible. And we place the chain drives right underneath each and every fan. Then we can place one right here. Nope. Then we dig a hole and ensure that it is at least 2x2-ish or 3x3-ish, whatever. And you put it like that. With that, you just put in the water wheel, put in the shafts, connect it to the chain drives. I like to have that side open as well. And this can be a tiny bit ugly because we won't really see it from above. With that, you grab your bucket of water, chuck it in, and the thing will start turning. You need to check if it is sucking or blowing, and I can't see. So we will have to go to the top, remove a depot, and you can see there is small pixels that's going up, which is not the flames, whatever. So if you want it to suck, then you just ensure that you put the water from the other side. So, for example, we can smelt the ingots, we can cook the food, and we can wash sand. Then we have to wait, unfortunately. In the future, we can put belts down and all of that with brass funnels and yada yada yada, and all of that will then be sorted. There we have cook pork chops. Here we have clay. So just shows you what we can do. And I don't know what all the recipes, so excuse me. And here are all the melted ore. So yeah, nothing's gonna happen if it doesn't do that. And then we can smelt the cobblestone, or smelt the cobblestone into stone, or we have to put it over the campfire, something like that. But that said, we need to quickly just make 2 copycat stairs, take our zinc back, and I want to put the stairs over here. I can just figure out how to do it. Then put our blackstone over here, so that we can access things right there. That said, we need to now make 4 mixers. With that, we need to make cogwheels. That's not so difficult. All we need is 4 cogwheels. I made 6 just for in case. Then the mechanical mixer then needs whisks. Whisks is made out of andesite alloy and iron sheets. We need 4 of them. Then we just make our mixers. Quite easy. With mixers, you use basins, and basins are made out of andesite alloy. I'm going to make 4 of them, and once we go to the nether, we will get netherrack to make empty blaze burners. So blaze burners will go over there, then we will put our basins on top of it, and on this side, we won't be burning anything. Then we will put our whisks above these. And the thing about the whisks are they need power via cogs. Place a water wheel. In the future, we will ensure that everything is powered with at least one big source. But currently, it's not necessary because we don't have to use it. Then we take shafts to the top. I put the shaders off because it is very laggy. And boom, sorted. Now, to get more information about this, we will first have to close the shafts off nicely and just make it look better. We can then place some andesite casings over here. There we go. Now it looks all nice and dandy. Then we will place the empty kit blaze burners over here. Obviously it will have blazes in them, and then we can feed them coal to heat up the basins and chuck in stuff to make more stuff. And then you get a game crash, reload into the world, again, try the shaders, and it looks a tiny bit better, so that's good. And then try and remember where the heck we were. Okay, so it just jumped back a tiny bit, that's fine. Let's just replace all of this again. And blaze burners, we now need to make just more cogs and cogwheels and stuff like that, because we are going to need them for the base, for the whisk mixers. But these look so slow. I don't know if it's going to mix anything even. There's a way we can actually start looking at these. As you can see, it appears that the mixer is not rotating with enough speed. But we can check how fast it is going and how fast it should be going. With that, we create engineer goggles. Put them on, because who needs a helmet? And now you can see it's going on 32 SU. And that's not a lot of stress units. We need to have it go much faster. But you ask, how do we do that? With wonderful help from your mother, we can speed it up with cogwheels. So, you go large cogwheel, small cogwheel, and put andesite casings on them. Then, large cogwheel, small cogwheel. Already faster. Large. Oh no, it won't place here. It's going to break if we place it. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't place because it's going to rotate different ways. So, andesite casing. Chuck that puppy over there. Then we make ourselves taller. Another andesite casing there. Large. And small. And that should be a whole lot faster. Now, let's just place some shafts again. And then we go to the top and connect it to this one. Oh no, it's overstressed. Why? Because it's running at 512 SU. So, how we can reduce that is by simply removing some cogs. Put it there. Oh no, it won't help because there's an andesite casing. It's still overstressed. Oh my word. Remove 2 more cogs. And boom. Oh no. Honestly, I think I went the wrong way. Let's put all of these cogs back again and just add more water wheels. Boom. Oh no, overstressed. Pick up our water source and dig. Place our big water wheel. Chuck some water down to ensure it's moving nicely. You can see it's giving us 512 SU, where the small water wheel gives us 256. Let's place it there. It's going to be overstressed. That's fine. What we'll do now is just close that up a bit and place our another water source right there. Oh no. Now, if you look, the bottom big wheel is giving us 512 SU and the small wheel is giving us 256. But there's a small issue. Nothing. Because if we put that wheel there and that wheel there, that wheel there, and then that one there, then it overstresses. So that's because we've got too many things going at once. So all we have to do then is actually just put a shaft there. Grab all the stuff we'd always drop. It looks a bit ugly, but like I said, we're not going to really utilize the stuff here because we don't care about this bottom bit. So let's go to the top and ensure that it's running fast enough. There we go. Running with 128 SU. That's not bad. Clean it up by just adding andesite casings And it doesn't use any casings just to make it look sexy. This is taking forever. I don't want to do this every single freaking time. So what we're going to do is automate this. What we'll do is we'll have this one in the middle with some barrels and drains and stuff like that. Let me quickly get everything ready and then we'll start putting it in. Power, we will probably steal it from this machine over here. And if it overstresses, we just add more stuff. Let's pick this up first and put away this hand crank because we will not have to use it anymore. So we need to use copper casings? Oh no, how do we do that? Quite simple, exactly like with the andesite. Grab copper ingots, place down your logs. If it's already stripped, fantastic. Otherwise, just normal logs and strip them with your axe. Grab your copper ingots and bodge your auntie. Take your wrench and just crouch right click. You don't have to chop them with an axe. So we've got the copper casings. Iron bars is quite simple. It's just iron, but I already looted some of it. So all we have to do is just put that in and 2 item drains. I don't need any more than that for now. Then we need 2 andesite casings. Oh no, we don't have dried kelp. Yes, we do. We looted it from one of the villages. To make dried kelp, it's quite simple. You just get normal kelp from the ocean and campfire cook it. So in other words, grab from the ocean and chuck it onto your campfire thingy. Quite simple. Now that we have kelp, 1 andesite alloy and 1 dried kelp gives you 2 funnels. That is perfect. Put andesite casings down just to make it look good and not floaty. Put in your barrels. Put in your funnels. Ensure that they are pointing out. If you crouch and add them, they will be pointing in. If that happens, you don't have to remove them. Just right click with your wrench. Add your item drains. Add your depot as well as your press. Right, shift right click press. And we need to rotate. So at the bottom, just do that and perfect. But wow, it looks so floaty. So what we'll do is make metal girders with andesite and iron sheets. Then all we have to do is just ensure that they look like they don't float. But wait, you won't be able to give it power. That is correct. So put the metal girders away for the future. So to get power to that side, I just moved all of the gears down. We're going to put a gearbox there, a vertical gearbox there, and Bob's your auntie. It's going to rotate. Then we just put another gearbox here. Oh no, it's overstressed. Rotate the wheels to make it easier to work with. Chuck in your water. Last bit of water for your small cogwheel. And if you look, all of them should show that they are generating power. Take a vertical gearbox, plump it there. It should rotate. And then you just check your shafts and hope for the best. Woohoo! Now it's finally doing something. And it's connected. So great stuff. Now you just lay out your shafts all the way to here. Put in a normal gearbox. Then a vertical gearbox. All you have to do is clean out the wall again. Put in your gearbox. Rotate it so that it will show up. Place shafts to go all the way to here. Another gearbox. We can rotate it. More shafts. And oh no, overstressed, which means more water wheels. Add more wheels. Ensure that all the water wheels are giving power. And then reconnect everything. Oh no, it's already connected. Sweet. Now let's just clean up. And there we go. Now let's quickly test it out. Put it in the barrel. It will come out. Get pressed. And damn it. Just make it a belt. That's the easiest. That. And then we power it. And boom. Just with gearboxes all around. We'll clean it up at the back. And there we go. Iron ingots going into iron shafts. Next up, we can do more presses over here. Maybe have one blender mix and one press and so on and so forth. So what I did was I removed 2 of the mixers and I put them like this so we can have a blaze burner on this side and a blaze burner on this side. What we're going to do then is we're going to make 2 more presses. Press requires a block of iron, andesite casing and a shaft. So what we do is we're going to grab already made the block of iron, that's just 9 iron. And boom, 2 presses. Then what I did was I took some power from the bottom, relayed them from this gearbox that goes to that side. I just relayed them to this side, went up, relayed them through here, and now we can place them over here. And now they will press stuff. To test it out, we will just chuck in 18 of iron nuggets and it should press it quite quickly. Cool, all done, and that gives us iron ingots. Sweet. This is for the blaze burner when we actually chuck in stuff that needs to be heated, and Bob's your auntie. To show you how quick these washes are, there's a stack of 64 gravel. Gravel being washed turns into flint and iron. Unfortunately, this is not automated yet, which is quite sad. And that's about 10-20 seconds later. Bob's your uncle. Now, we don't really care for the flint that much, but it gives us iron nuggets. Sweet. Iron nuggets we can then just chuck in there, and then the iron sheets into here. Eventually we'll get everything set up. Let me know what else I need to add to this. I know we still need to get that saw machine onto a belt so that we can strip wood and all of that automatically. But yeah, we need crushing wheels, but with crushing wheels we need the mechanical crafters. With mechanical crafters we need brass. And with brass we need, I think, zinc and copper. So what does that mean? We need to get to the nether. But yeah, this all is just baby steps. We are going to jump into getting a nether portal running. Next up, the big project. We're building a custom nether portal. I want it to look like part of the world, maybe embedded in some stone or something arcane, fitting the style of our world. The frame, but out. So, if you don't know how to make obsidian, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know how I'm gonna help you. We just chuck that there and ensure that it doesn't destroy the whole water source, the whole lava source, and we start cutting. It's just not standing in water, otherwise it's gonna take even longer to drop it down. Let's pick up the water source. Damn it, we don't have time for this. It already takes a while. Here's 1. Oh man. A full 8 still to go. 9 to go. Or 11. Whatever. Oh, now that we have the 10, well, we've got 12. We need 10 obsidian. We can just go and build our nether portal. For now, we're just going to place the nether portal over here. We will make a nether portal shrine later on. I just want to get in there so that we can get our brass and all of that going. So, let's pop into here. Not a bad place to drop. Damn, nice. We're going to collect a whole lot of these. We definitely need some nether quartz, and then we need a whole lot of netherrack, as well as glowstone. There's some gold, and we've got gold boots on. So if we tackle some things, some piglins, we will be fine. For example, that's a brute. We won't be fine with him. What is this? Where's the monstrosity forged? Find the soul forge. Yeah, I don't know what we do here. Let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, that's a brute. He will kill us so easily. So yeah, the reason why we're here is just for some of these. We're back. Now we just need to build 2 of these and go and catch some blaze. And we also need to go and travel around and look for some salt sand. You know, there's one scary thing of where our portal spawned, and that is that we are quite literally in the danger zone. You'll see above us right here that we are pretty much right by the blaze spawner. Don't get me wrong, it's awesome, but it's scary at the same time. There we go, we've got 2. And let's just hide, put them in our inventory, and now we need to go and look for soul sand. If we look in our map, yeah, we've got a whole lot of structures around here. Blackstone, polished blackstone, all of that. And I am not sure, Netherrack, where we will find soul sand. All of these are bosses and stuff like that. Okay, well, I'm going to run around, try not to die, and see if we can find a place. Awesome. We came across coal and soul sand. Exactly what we needed. See, there is something down there. There's a chest down there. I'm wondering if I want to go down there and go and see what's in it. Is that's just a skeleton. Okay. Yeah. Let's go and check this out. I just want to finish this. Don't want to just drop down there. Just for in case we can't get out. That there. And let's dig a path like this. Oh shucks, let's not jump down there. There we go. We can at least double jump. So that's at least good. Go down there. Wondering if there's a skeleton spawner then below us. Let's close that off. Because we almost died. From 2 simple freaking skeletons. Grab this. Yay, fire charge. Definitely need coins, arrows, and a bow. Great. Now we are going to head back to the base because we got our soul sand that we needed to make our soul fires. And get in here. Hopefully no blazes went through here to our base. And now that we're here, I just close it off even if it's with that. Or in case something wants to come through the portal. Great stuff. Now what we can do is we can make a soul campfire, which is quite easy because we've got everything right here. I need to sort this out. Damn. Okay. Now all we have to do is go down here and put the campfire in, put the soul campfire in right there. And now we can haunt stuff. For example, a half a stack of sand can go into there and it will be haunted into soul sand. Fantastic. We just needed 1. We didn't have to get a whole batch. But cool. There that is. And now we can just put the blaze burners underneath here. Then with this blaze burners, all we have to do is to make brass. We just chuck copper ingots and zinc ingots and we feed it. It will start mixing up the stuff. And once the achievement made is gone, you will see what is in there. 28 copper, 27 zinc, and 10 brass. Once this is done, we can start making stuff with the brass. And boom, 64 brass. That is great. So, while more brass is being made, this is going to be the end of the workshop for now. Let me know in the comments what else we need to add, as in the next episode we will be tackling a drill that we're going to do. We're going to make mechanical crafters, and with that we will be then making grindstones. Is it grinders? Thrashing wheel. And then with that we can start making a whole lot of other stuff. And then with the drill, we'll get some item vaults and mechanical drills, deployers. With deployers, we need some electronic tubes and so on and so forth. But we will be tackling that in the next episode. Woohoo! Now we are going to look at the quests. We've done quite a lot. We've made a full armor set of iron. We can then start looking at iron plate armor, which is not as easy as it looks. I thought it was literally just with armor plating. Obtain from market with the magic one. Okay, never mind. And then we've got the nether. With a diamond tier pickaxe, you'll be able to mine obsidian. Obsidian can be Create a portal. The portal frame can be many different sizes, but most go for basic door shape. This is a hollow 4x5 shape. Okay, cool. Then finding a structure with map. There's so much to still do. But what we actually tackled the most today was create. And it doesn't look like it, but yeah. Got a whole lot of water, got nuggets and water wheels. Then we made encased chain drives and some cogwheels. You can pause and read all of that. It's a whole lot to read. And that feels like so little. Then increase reduce speed with what I taught you today as well, if you didn't know. So if you start with a small cog, you're going to reduce it. If you start with a big cog, you're going to increase the speed. Then early game lava setup. This is what we can also do in the next episode. These are various ways to obtain large quantities of lava, such as going into the nether to collect or using trains to do so. A much easier way is to contain a lava source block, then place underneath that solid block under the lava source a pointed dripstone and place a cauldron, and then like that. And then with pipes we can put it into a infinite lava source. Is a 10k block, so it's going to be a 25 by 25 by 16 or a 20 by 20 by 25, yada yada yada. We will still do that in the future. We can grab that, some cauldrons, and then we got all of these andesite casings, mechanical press. Yet again, you're more than welcome to pause and read these things in case fan, but I did mention majority of the stuff as I went through them. So with the encased fans, yet again, we did blast up the lava sources and stuff, but in the future, we are going to actually start looking at, when we make this a bit bigger, we're going to start looking at empty fan casing, catalysts. So with a catalyst, you just make it with brass and iron bar, and then you can put in smoke. So you can put in a campfire, you can put in seething, haunting, so on and so forth. And for instance, with the haunting, it's literally just pop it in with a deployer, and you can do it manually as well. And then it's going to make it a haunting one. Then it's going to be a bulk haunting device. So instead of having the haunting campfire like that, we will then just be having the catalysts, so you don't have to worry, for instance, about lava running away. But yeah, we can get that in a future episode. That said, we did make engineer glasses, we did get empty blaze burner, and we went to go and catch that damn blaze. Got a lot of that, yeah. So that's a lot of it is the main branch. Train tracks we won't be doing soon, because it doesn't help we don't finish a build over here and then go so further. Then here is the fluid tanks and stuff like that we're going to explore. And then this is the storage that I would love to get into, but we're going to have to build a storage farm, a storage building rather. And then there's so much still to do. Okay, no other rewards to be is available to get. Create Connect. Create Connect introduces quality of life blocks and utilities like clutch gearboxes, rotatable tanks and vaults, and enhanced fan catalysts. That's what I just spoke about. That streamline washing, smoking and blasting, helping take your automation and logistics to the next level. Crank wheel, vertical parallel gearbox, and nuggets. I've got no clue what a vertical parallel gearbox is. Vertical parallel gearbox. Let's check. Does it mean that it rotates the same way? Let's check. Pop it there. No, I don't know what's the difference then. But okay, that's gonna be that. For the quests, we did quite a lot. And the market is in. Once we have more coins, we will definitely be spending some coins in the market, as I would like to see if we can get this iron plate set of 15 silver. And this is silver. Yeah, and let's get it right now. Boom. 15 silver. Can I please have it? There. 15 silver. Why not? Oh, must I drag it in there? And boom. Great. Now let's just clean up our backpack. Oh, let's open it and check what it looks like. Now that looks awesome. Freaking awesome. Unfortunately, I hide it because we want to see our skin. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Shield. But yeah, that's that for today's episode. I really do appreciate you being here. We've named Balius, prepped our create workshop, only the start, and built a portal that's ready for fire and fury. Reminders to let me know in the comments what create machines would you like to see in the workshop next. And next episode we're going to go even deeper into the nether. So wish me more luck. We'll go in deeper with our boar. And maybe remember to bring gold. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this series, smash that like button, drop your ideas below, and if you'd like to support the journey, members get their names in-game and early access to all episodes. Thank you again, Lucy, for all the support, all the comments, and all the love. Feel free to become a member to get your statue up here, as well as a sign and your name in-game. I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you again. Bye-bye for now.